Welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another shoe try-on. I'm with my new friend Gabe, and Gabe came to me because he needed some shoes that were going to be wide enough for, was it your little pinky
Tailor's
toe?
Bunion. So left side,
Yeah.
outer side of my
Tailor, what'd you call it?
Tailor's Bunion, yeah. So I have one on each foot. It's worse on my left foot because my left foot is wider, as you help me understand. And what I experienced in other bike shoes is either the BOA system is pressing directly on that bunion, or the shoe itself is just cut thin.
Yeah, did you bring your...
I did.
Yeah. And show us what
So these are the Shimano RC3.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it's a pretty good shoe for the value, but what I found is that this BOA dial is pressing down exactly where that bunion is. And on top of the shoe being oversized because a prior store kind of rushed me through a shoe fitting, I was really cranking this shoe down, and what I was finding on any ride over, 40 miles is that my foot would just be in excruciating pain when I got home and undid my BOA to the point where I was like, couldn't walk for about an hour.
Yeah.
So a lot of things went wrong with these shoes.
That's pretty bad if even once you've taken off your shoes, you're still in pain.
Oh, yeah. It would last for quite a while after.
So that shows your character, too. That
Kept it going.
You've done some mountaineering and stuff, so you obviously have a lot of inner strength.
Every sport I do, it is extremely hard to find shoes that work. So mountaineering, skiing, I've had tons of ski boot work done, and I kind of knew getting into cycling that this was going to be a problem, and lo and behold, like the first shoe I got, it was really like on the dot, brought pain. So I'm looking forward to these lake shoes because I've heard good things.
Yeah. So we ordered a pair of shoes for you. We had to wait a little bit of time, unfortunately. That the CX242, which is what we're getting, what we ordered for you, I don't know, on the slow boat from China, as they say. Yeah. And so if we look at your measurements here, show us, the left foot is the one with the issue? Yeah, so it measured 110, and this one measured, 104. 104, yeah. Yep. I can't read my chicken scratch. All right, so let's, did you bring cycling socks with you?
I don't. I have normal socks with me, unfortunately, today. Sorry about that.
It'll work.
Yeah, they should be okay.
Yeah. Off camera, I had to review the fitting chart. So one foot is 110, left foot. The other foot is 104. Yeah. And the shoe that we got, the width is going to be
150. Cool.
So we're going to have probably 5 mil extra on the big foot, and then we'll have more than that on the right foot. But let's just see what's going on. So I know that you've got some orthotics, so go ahead and pop those in there.
Awesome.
And let's see how that goes.
All right, here they are. Nice. Love seeing the carbon sole too.
And the funny thing is that only in the black do I get less objections about the look of this shoe.
I mean, that's one of the things I have heard about this is like stylistically, right? It's probably not as competitive as other shoe options, but this is black is black, and black and carbon you can't go wrong with.
But this is what we're looking for right here. That
great.
Pressure relief zone.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just off camera we were talking about how you've had to have your boots punched 3 times. Right? Can you explain that real quick?
Yeah, so with ski boots, the inner liner of the boot often gets molded, but when you have a particularly weird foot, the only way to resolve the issue is to punch the plastic shell of the ski boot. Yeah. And so they'll heat a metal ball, and they'll actually, you can see where my foot, right, that's the bunion right there. It's sticking right. That's great. It's perfectly cut.
Is that right?
But so in a hard plastic shell, you can feel the little bone in a hard plastic ski shell,
Yeah.
you know, there's not, the liner won't make a difference. So
Yeah.
you actually have to go in and press the plastic out.
Mm-hmm.
And a few pairs of ski boots, I've had that done 3 times and
Yeah.
sometimes still not fitting. Not like either the plastic just doesn't take it or there's a limit to how far they can punch. And so it's an expensive and annoying process to get footwear to work. The only other option is surgery, which if I can't avoid it in the meantime, I will. You know, getting surgery to be able to put on bike shoes seems like a hard proposition. But
It does.
yeah, and then there as well, so you can see it
So
right there. You can feel it if you.
So this is the right foot. This is not the bigger of the 2
Yeah,
feet.
correct.
But will it hurt if I push on that?
No.
Okay, so right here,
Yep.
this zone
Yep, and then there's
is
the left.
almost perfectly made for someone like yourself.
Exactly.
It sounds like.
See it?
Yeah.
That's the
It-
bump.
it
You
is
can feel it,
protruding.
particularly on this one.
Yeah, you could see
Yeah,
it a little bit.
So. No, that's amazing. I mean, it's, you know, it's funny because you almost could have a regular bike shoe in all other cuts. So none of these other panels need to be there for my foot, but it definitely leaves a lot of utility for someone who has a traditional bunion, which would be on this side.
Yep.
It leaves a lot of room.
It does seem like this shoe was thought out a little bit.
No, it really is. And the bow is not on top of the bunion, right?
Yeah.
That's what kills me on these shoes is the boa. It does look high, but it really just tensions right over.
Well, because it's pulling
this
all
flap,
of that.
exactly.
Yeah, it's pulling
Right
that whole
there.
flap.
And that's where the issue is. So it's just the seam and that tension. But this one keeps it up top. So right off the bat, these feel awesome. They feel
Yeah.
great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's awesome.
So let's talk about what's going on inside the shoe right now. You've got your orthotics in there.
Yep.
Okay, so we've removed the stocks insoles and put your orthotics in there. So this is a very familiar feeling for your arch and everything else.
Yep. Correct.
And then how is the volume?
The volume is good. I mean, these feel, the left foot definitely is, you know, fits better. I can definitely feel there's some volume in this shoe, but it doesn't, off the bat, it doesn't feel particularly bad. I mean, I'll have to see while I'm pedaling, but
Yeah.
something I often do if one shoe is slightly bigger is I can put this stock insole under my orthotic and add some volume to the right foot.
Yeah.
And hopefully that resolves it. But, you know, I don't notice...
Do you feel like you have to cinch that right foot down?
You know, I can't... I think for me, usually the issue that I get is like heel slippage because my forefoot's usually wide enough to fill in the
Yeah.
front half of the shoe. So it's usually slippage in the heel, and it doesn't feel terrible. I mean, I think I'll really have to see how it feels while I'm pedaling.
This shoe is moldable in the heel.
It is. Okay. That's great.
So you should be able to pinch it a little bit.
Okay.
Pinch sounds, it's got a negative connotation, but squeeze in the heel.
Just with my own strength, or would I need to heat the shoe? Really? Okay.
Heating it, yeah.
Heat it,
You'll
okay.
have to heat it in a very temperature controlled environment oven thing. So please get
Yeah.
these like a oven thermometer, so that it's, you know, because you want to make sure you got the right temperature as opposed to trusting what the temperature of the oven is telling you, right?
Yeah.
So you need an independent source to, and I forget what it is. It's 190 degrees
Okay.
Fahrenheit, something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember. And it's like 4 to 5 minutes. And you just heat it up and then put your foot back in it and then
Great.
just kind of
Yeah.
slowly try to adjust it. And oh, by the way, because I think a lot of folks are afraid about this, you can mold your shoes multiple times.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, you mold it, you go for a ride. That wasn't good enough. Cinch it down some more.
Yeah.
Or it was too much. Heat
That's
it up
great.
again.
I didn't
and
realize that.
Yeah, you can.
So it's very similar to a lot of ski boot liners in that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it came from other sports, or
Sure.
this methodology came from other sports where, okay, if you got, skates, or ski boots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do they use there that can be molded? And then they just, I think, brought it over to the cycling shoe side.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, right off the bat, I can. I love that there's 2 boas. The carbon sole is great. They feel pretty light. I don't know if there's any weight implications of a shoe like this over other shoes, but they don't feel like particularly heavy.
Yeah, I think you have you have less material, if you
Sure.
will. You have less of an upper, and you have a mesh. I'd be curious also, once you ride these, what you feel about the
Yeah.
thermal regulation
Sure.
of the mesh netting
Just
underneath it.
More direct airflow.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and it is definitely one thing I've noticed with my orthotics, given they're kind of these like firm plastic. I'm swapping this thin, probably breathable material for like a hard, thick
Yeah.
custom orthotic, and I have noticed like my feet get super hot
they
wearing these
do.
orthotics.
Yeah.
So like having some additional ventilation would definitely be nice to help regulate my foot temperature, because I'm putting just more kind of like thermal volume into the shoe when I put in my own orthotics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that might be nice. I'd love a cross breeze. You can always wear better socks too. So
Yeah. So, just a recap, how did you come to know of me, or how did you end up in my shop?
yeah, so I went to a few of the popular bike shops around San Diego. And, my experience is I have a very particular foot and I'm looking for a particular solution. And I kind of just got the runaround. Like I said, the first pair of shoes that I was fitted with is at least a size too big for my foot. And I think I was told, oh, that's fine. You can have, that much extra space in the shoe, almost to the point where my foot is completely swimming in the shoe, which is why I've had the tension down.
Which
the
is
bow
also
so
going to
tight.
cause issues,
Cause tons
other
of pain.
issues.
Yeah, other issues, knees. So that was like from a major bike shop that's pretty popular, and I was pretty disappointed. Like, I was sold a product that just didn't even fit me closely, let alone address my particular foot problem. And then I went to other bike shops, and my experience is just that, I go in seeking like information and trying to find a solution, even if they don't have something in the store. And I just didn't get the time of day to like talk about my particular issue. So I did my own research. I found Lake as a commonly cited brand for this problem on Reddit and other sources. And then I went on Lake's website, looked up dealers, and I was looking for a small bike shop, someone I could talk to that could work with me, do the traces, make sure I ordered the right shoe, and just have some more confidence in going into a more expensive product like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, came through and was very happy that, this is kind of exactly the setup I was looking for a bike shop. So
Yeah, and
great.
there aren't too many shops like mine.
Yeah. No, I mean, just the fitting alone, I think I was in here for just because we were having such a good time shooting.
We had very good conversation.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it was just
and then Jess came, and then so then we had 3 people talking, and it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, that's why I've always wanted to own my own shop.
Yeah.
I never wanted it to be a transaction.
Yeah.
I wanted people to be like, hey, and then you talked about your mountaineering and all this other stuff, and you get more of a small town feel.
Yeah.
Instead of like this big bike shop, and
Yeah.
And
I
I
think
worked at big bike shops too, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I said, the prior visit, like I also worked in outdoor retail, and my experience you can do so much online now. When you go into a store, especially in a technical store, it means that you need additional knowledge that you're not finding online. I think for most people, maybe there are still those people that don't do any and just go into a store completely fresh, but I think most people do some research and have a perception or a certain idea or understanding, and they're going into the store to either challenge it or validate it. And when you go into a store and no one works with you, and it is transactional, and it is sort of like, we're busy, like, here are the shoes. Let me know.
I mean,
if you
this
wanna
is a
try something on.
$400 pair of shoes.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is not cheap.
I mean, when I was in outdoor retail, I always did the, you know, lowest, medium, and high value spread.
Yeah.
And I would show, so, you know, I would be like, usually I'm recommending middle tier because the low value item is going to fall apart. The high value item has stuff that's incrementally better, but at what price? And then here's what I recommend. And I just always kind of...
The price is exponential, but the change is marginal.
Exactly. And that trade-off, you know, gets bigger and bigger. So I want someone to work with me to help understand that in a way that isn't just with like these 4 shoes on the wall, but like the entire selection of possibilities of shoes, because we have the internet. And, you know, even if I can't get something in that store, it builds brand loyalty, it builds like a relationship with that store for when you go buy tubes and you buy, or you get your bike serviced or something. So I definitely wanted to like find that, you know, dynamic. And
I hope this is your new home.
Yeah, and I think it will be.
And if nothing else, I hope you think about me when you're out riding and you're like, oh, my feet don't hurt today.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I can make these stylish. I think we'll you know, I'm liking them already. They kind of look like Batman tech or something.
Yes, you know how you make these stylish? You show people your rear wheel up the hill.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the plan.
You're like, yeah, my shoes may be ugly. Try to keep up. But
yeah, I'll be comfy in the next century for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
all right. So thank you so much for taking the risk to visit a completely new bike shop and all that other stuff. And then I also appreciate that you trusted me when I ordered shoes for you. And lastly, you took the time to shoot this video for me.
Yeah,
so
you got it.
Trust me, there are a lot of people in your situation and they just need to find a home. So everyone else, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Today is December the 11th. We've got 20 days and we've got about 240 subs to go. So please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.